Coming up at 4:30, President Joe Biden's brother testified to a House committee in part of the impeachment process. What was revealed in the testimony? A famous YouTube mother is on her way to receive her prison sentence after pleading guilty to 4 counts of child abuse. And both UCO baseball and softball are ranked this week. Where did they end up in the polls? Arklow will have a full rundown. Finally, UCO's Black Women's Initiative hosted Black Girl Magic today. Shanice Hopkins will have a report on how the event went. All this and more happening right now on UCentral News.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Perla Tovar.
And I'm Emma Birch. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
President Joe Biden's brother, James Biden, testified today before the Republican-led House Oversight Committee. The interview is part of Republicans' impeachment inquiry into the president over whether he was involved in his family foreign business dealings. Hunter Biden is also scheduled to appear for a closed-door interview next week. Republicans are expected to decide whether to pursue impeachment articles following the interviews. It comes just days after a former FBI informant was charged with lying about Joe and Hunter Biden's involvement in business dealings with energy company Burisma Holdings, dealing a significant blow to the impeachment inquiry.
And Oklahoma's presidential primary is coming up soon, and nationally, President Biden is leading Democrats with all 91 votes from delegates, while former President Donald Trump is leading Republicans with all 63 votes from delegates. Trailing him is Nikki Haley with 17 delegates so far.
Well, victory really is Nikki Haley winning the presidency, and this is just a stepping stone in that direction. So, they've underestimated her in Iowa, they underestimated her in New Hampshire, and she keeps gaining steam, and she's the only person left to oppose them. And there is a market for that, and there is a spot for that, and I think she has a good shot.
President Joe Biden has canceled another $1.2 billion of student loan debt. The latest round of relief impacts nearly 153,000 borrowers who are enrolled in a new repayment plan the administration launched back in August. The savings on a valuable education plan erases remaining federal student loan balances for those who originally borrowed $12,000 or less and have made payments for at least 10 years. Since taking office, Biden has canceled nearly $138 billion of federal student loan debt for around 4 million borrowers.
And today, if you've been outside, it has been absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, I've been wanting to be wearing shorts all the time, but let's go take a look at Destiny Pittman at our first look of weather.
Yes, guys, it is a beautiful day outside, very warm. We're starting to see that nice and warm spring weather. Today it was really sunny and those temperatures are starting to rise up. Currently outside it's about 80 degrees, like I said, very warm. The winds aren't too strong either. They're blowing southwest about 16 miles per hour. Humidity rate is relatively low. It's about 26%, and it does feel like it's about 79 degrees. So it's a good day to get out and about because it is nice and warm. And then moving on tonight, those temperatures will cool down a little, but we're still seeing some nice warmer evenings that we haven't been seeing in a while. The skies will be clear. Some clouds will come in, but like I said, mostly clear, and there is no chance of rain tonight. Humidity rate will go up a little bit though, and this winds are going to be pretty much the same, blowing southwest about 11 to 18 miles per hour. So definitely a good night to get out and about. I know on my way to class today, I saw a ton of people outside in their neighborhoods walking their dogs and going on runs. So like I said, very perfect day to be outside. I will have your full weather forecast later on in the show. Emma, Perla, back to you guys.
Thank you, Destiny. I like the way the weather's looking already. Well, both Red Bud Elementary and Edmond North High School will be receiving additional funding in their classrooms. Cox Communication announced its Oklahoma City employees will award $81,000 to 21 educators at 18 local schools through its employee-funded Cox Charity Education Grant Program.
And today, high school students were invited to the night to explore the theme of Black Girl Magic. UCentral reporter Shanice Hopkins has the story.
They say Barbie can be anything and do anything she wants. And here at UCO, Barbie radiates Black Girl Magic.
Black Girl Magic is a conference held by Black Women's Initiative here at UCO. It is for neighboring high school students and high school students in the metropolitan to come and experience Black women in higher education and learn about what we can do with our degrees and how we can get there and what the campus has to offer for us.
Today, the Black Women's Initiative hosted its annual Black Girl Magic event for high schoolers across the city to attend. This event included a number of workshops and breakout rooms for students to attend, from mental health to pageantry. But what exactly is Black Girl Magic? Former Miss Zeta Sigma, Kyra Owens, explains to us what Black Girl Magic means to her.
Black Girl Magic means to me stepping in my most authentic self and showing up for myself in every capacity. It also means being true and authentic to myself because I am the main person that I should be supporting, and I am my main motivator besides God.
Reporting from Edmond, Oklahoma, Shanice Hopkins.
Well, bring your favorite cultural dishes tomorrow because in the Education Building, room 102, is hosting an international potluck for all students. Alongside homemade dishes, Bethlehem Mediterranean Grill and Latin food Cafe Sol will be brought to you by Culturals on Campus. The student-ran organization is a multicultural magazine aiming to spotlight the diverse experiences and cultures of individuals on campus. Additionally, the Korean restaurant Seoul Pocha on 23rd Street in Oklahoma City is having a free karaoke night for all UCO students if they bring an ID, and will be getting 10% off food and drinks thanks to Cultures on Campus. And if you're wanting to get outside, I would say definitely go walk out before you go get dinner because it's just been so nice today.
I have been loving it, yes. Destiny Pittman will have more after the break.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit?
Oh, it'll fit. I got that.
All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
I am here to give you your full weather forecast. As we look across the state tonight, we can see a lot of those warmer spring temperatures statewide. We can see a lot of 70s and 80s. Like I said, 82 in the Oklahoma City and Edmond area, so again, a very nice day to get out and about. As we move on tomorrow, though, we can see temperatures are cooling down just a little bit. 59 up in the Panhandle, 64 in Woodward and Clinton, and then 81 in Lawton. It's going to be pretty warm there tomorrow, and 67 in Oklahoma City and Edmond. We're still seeing that nice warm spring weather, but the 80 degrees are going to go away for a little bit. And then I'm just going to move on into our 7-day forecast. So this upcoming week, we can definitely see we will be having a lot of sun. On today, the high currently it's about 74 degrees, 50 for our low tonight. Tomorrow, 66 for the high, 41 for the low. Same for Friday. As we see, the sun is going to be out. Starts to warm up this weekend again. That sun is still going to be out, nice and shining. As we move on to Saturday, we can see about 71 degrees for our high on Saturday, 54 for the low. And then, like I said, temperatures warm up again on Sunday, 75 for the high, 54 for the low. And then as we move on into early next week, we do see those clouds are starting to come in, but it's still going to be pretty warm outside, despite on Monday it will be a little cloudy, but like I said, high of 79. So we are still seeing a lot of that warmer weather, 64 for the high on Tuesday. So I'm so excited that the spring weather is starting to come back, and it's looking like it might stick around. Emma, Perla, do you guys like this warm weather? And if so, do you guys have any plans to get outside anytime soon?
I think if you don't like this weather, I think you might be crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally in spring-like weather in February. You can go outside, walk on campus, go walk around, take your, like you said, go on a run. I don't run, but I will walk. Just to go out and enjoy this nice weather. It's so nice outside.
Yes, I agree. And coming up, Shanice will have your social media update for what you need to know about Beyonce and Apple Sports.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the Mass Comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Welcome back, Broncos. I'm Shanice Hopkins, and here's what's trending today. Ruby Frank, known for her extreme parenting advice on YouTube, and her partner Jodie Hildebrandt were ruled to 4 to 60 years for child abuse. You may recognize Ruby from the 8 Passengers YouTube channel with over 2.5 million subscribers. Both Frank and Hildebrandt pleaded guilty to 4 to 6 counts of aggravated child abuse after trying to convince their youngest children that they were evil, possessed, and needed to be punished. They were both arrested after Frank's son escaped through their window and found help from their neighbors. And the first official trailer for Borderlands came out today. The film is starring Cate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, Ariana Greenblatt, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Borderlands, the movie, will premiere this summer, August 9th. And today, Apple introduced Apple Sports, a free app for iPhone users that gives sports fans access to real-time scores, stats, and more. The app's personalized experience puts users' favorite leagues and teams at their fingertips. Users can customize their scoreboards by following their favorite teams, tournaments, and leagues. Apple Sports is now available to download in the App Store. And this Black History Month, Beyonce is making history as the first Black woman to top Billboard country charts with her hit single Texas Hold'em, and her other single, 16 Carriages, now at number 9. The 32-time Grammy winner now has 8 #1 spots on the Billboard charts. Texas Hold'em debuted after its release during the Super Bowl. Her anticipated album Act 2 will release March 29th. And that's all I have for you guys today. Perla, Emma, I've had Beyonce on repeat all day. Have you guys had a chance to listen to her new music?
Yes, my roommate will not stop playing it over and over again.
I mean, I could like that, but sometimes, you're like, I need you to
Yeah.
know. But I do like her new song. I've heard on TikTok. I've seen people do like a cute little country dance, so I kind of want to try it out.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how good it will be. Thank you, Shanice. Well, coming up in sports, one member of the team was just named MIAA Wrestler of the Week.
Also, the first matchups for the MLB spring training are also about to start. Mark Lowe has today's sports report after the break.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
This week marks the end or near end of some Broncos sports, but it's also the time where awards begin to start rolling out from conferences. One such award was awarded to Bronco wrestler Anthony Devine, who was announced as the Wrestler of the Week via the MIAA. The Edmond native and All-American senior had a great outing at Fort Hays State the last week, taking down Juan Urbina of the Tigers 20-4 in a tech fall. The win helped push the Broncos past the Tigers and secured them the MIAA conference title and an undefeated season. Congrats to Anthony Devine on a great performance. Now to some sports that are just getting started. Both our Bronco baseball and softball teams are ranked after their first handful of games of the season. Softball dropped one spot in this week's rankings to number 12. 3 wins in the Raising Cane's Festival, but one ugly shootout loss to Arkansas Tech kept the Broncos stagnant. Over in the other dugout, however, baseball is finally getting the recognition they deserve. In the latest edition of the rankings, the Broncos have jumped from the 20th seed to the 9th seed. They have their first real test coming up this weekend in a series against conference rival and 4th-ranked Central Missouri. Congrats to our teams. Now it's time to keep on working. Now over to the green. Women's golf was on the road this week down south to the Southern Invite near Houston. Lady Broncos played host to 15 teams over the last 2 days down in Spring, Texas, and it was a bit of a slow start to the spring season for Our Lady Chose. Micah Ramos led the Broncos, shooting 9 over par to bring the Broncos to an 11th place finish. Not the most ideal start to the spring season, but there's plenty of opportunities to improve this season. The Cho's next outing is in 2 weeks right here in Edmond when they participate in the Diffie Ford Lincoln Invite hosted by SNU at the Kicking Bird Golf Club. They are set to tee off on March 4th. Finally today, the MLB season is fast approaching and spring training is upon us. Teams have been hard at work for the last couple of weeks, and it's time to see where they're at starting tomorrow when the LA Dodgers take on the San Diego Padres. The Dodgers made headlines over the offseason break with signing of Shohei Ohtani to the team. Ohtani, arguably the best player in the league, is expected to make his debut in the Dodgers blue. There's a handful of games on Friday following this matchup and even more on Saturday. I guess it's safe to say baseball is officially back. Emma, Perla, you guys excited for baseball season?
Yeah, I don't watch baseball. I'm a football girly, sorry. I would love to watch baseball. I just prefer football.
I definitely do watch baseball. Football season was great and all, but there's just something special about the nice weather, the fresh smell of popcorn, and everything that comes with baseball.
That's fair.
But coming up, reporter Kelly Clayton investigated the odd smell that has people wrinkling their nose.
And Destiny Pittman will have our last look at weather when we come back.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
If you commute into Edmond, you may have noticed something smells odd. UCentral's Kelly Clayton has all the answers.
What's that smell that greets you on your way into Edmond? If you know that smell, you know it's got to have a story. The Nestle Purina Corporation's been serving up that aroma to local residents since 1971. Purina is the largest pet food company in the U.S., headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri. With 21 factories nationwide, the Edmond operation is one of the largest in the network. Conveniently located right off of Edmond's beloved railway system, both ingredients and products, such as Purina One, Pro Plan, cat and dog chows, and other Purina brand pet foods, are imported and exported daily via train, as well as partnering with several local and national carriers to deliver the pet food to retail customers and ultimately the consumers. We reached out to Purina and asked them, "What's that smell?" Turns out, that smells most dominantly tuna and salmon, a common ingredient in most pet foods, going through a process called extrusion, being cooked at temperatures high enough to reach a kill point, eliminating risks of salmonella and other foodborne pathogens. The process ensures the safety of your pets. While some may simply see them as stink merchants, others translate these facilities as job opportunities. According to Human Resource Manager Letha Sloan, the Edmond plant employs more than 420 team members with wages starting at $30 an hour, a positivity to the local economy. While great for the economy, do these smells have a negative impact on residents? We went to the local Department of Environmental Quality to see if it's okay to smell what's cooking.
If there are odor issues, generally DEQ finds out about those from a complaint. DEQ does not regulate odors. So it would depend on the particular complaint. We would go out and make sure that their processes are working efficiently, that everything is working as it should, because sometimes significant odors are a symptom of something else that's not operating as it's intended to. The most recent complaint that DEQ received on the Purina plant was early 2023. We did not find anything that was related to odors.
Turns out, it smells like dog food, well, because it is dog food.
A facility like the Purina plant, is going to have odors associated with its process.
I guess the real news here, in a strange twist, the smeller is not the feller, and the one who smelt it in this rare occasion didn't dealt it. All supported by the fact the suppliers are no deniers. For UCentral News, I'm Kelly Clayton.
Thank you, Kelly. Well, the Odysseus lunar lander is scheduled to touch down on the moon Thursday. The uncrewed lander, developed by NASA and Houston-based Initiative Machines, launched last Thursday. The goal is to land it near the moon's south pole. The spacecraft has a camera system called Eagle Cam to capture its descent. It also carries science and technology experiments that could help the future lunar landing missions, such as Armstrong 3. It's more than 50 years since the United States landed a spacecraft on the moon. If the mission is successful, the lander will be the first commercially built craft to ever reach the moon. That sounds pretty exciting.
That is so cool. I actually did not know that.
Me either. It's pretty cool. We'll toss over Destiny for our last look at weather. Destiny?
I'm just going to give you guys one last look at your 7-day forecast as we move across the week. Like I said, a lot of 60s, 70s, and we're up into next week. We're getting up into the high 70s, almost 80-degree weather. The sun is going to be out and about this week, so it's going to be a perfect day to get outside, get some nice sunlight, and maybe even work out outside if that's what you like. Like I said, 66 for Thursday and Friday, 71 for Saturday, and 75 for Sunday. As we move on to next week, the clouds are coming back in, but those temperatures are staying nice. Monday, 79 for our high and 64 for our low. And then on Tuesday, 64 degrees. Like I said, both those days will be cloudy though, but like I said, still going to be nice and warm out. And then as we move on, this is going to be our daily forecast for tomorrow. So we see tomorrow at 7 a.m. It's going to be nice and fair outside. Though it's going to be early in the morning, we are still seeing that warmer spring weather out. It's going to be about 52 degrees in the morning, and we're starting the day off nice and sunny. As we move on to the afternoon around 3 p.m., it's going to get the warmest that it's going to be at about 66 degrees. The sun will still be out and nice and shining. And then as we move on tomorrow night, again, another warm night. We've been seeing a lot of 50s and 60-degree nights recently, and those will continue on as we get closer and closer to spring. And it will be clear night, no chance of rain for tomorrow or any point this upcoming week. And then just some things to keep in mind as we move on for the next week. We have away and start pulling out your spring clothes. And then 27 days. So soon we will see that nice warm spring weather consistently. That's all I have for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Emma, it's starting to feel like spring, and so we should definitely take out a group to Lake Arcadia and go paddleboarding. They offer these free services for UCO students. All you have to do is just bring your UCO ID.
Yes, it's such a great, I know you can kayak, you can paddleboard, zip line.
Zip lining, yes.
I've seen they took us student ambassadors out there for a retreat, and it was so much fun. And I mean, it was really hot because it was August, but since you just even though she said spring is 27 days away, it's already here, and I'm so excited.
And we can basically already start prepping for summer.
Yes, and hey, and if you don't have time to go to Arcadia Lake, just go walk around on campus, get your friends. I think I've said this before, a picnic. If you have a dog, go take a dog out on the walk. It's just so nice. You cannot give this weather up. You just can't in Oklahoma.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Perla Tovar.
And I'm Emma Birch. Y'all have a great night.